Hello everyone. Today is day 25 of our challenge for solving 30 problems, 30 machine learning problems in 30 days. Let me move this up here so that we can see everything here. So, yes, let's go to the list of the problems and see what the today's problem is about. So, day 25, the problem is that we have to do sentiment analysis of customer reviews using traditional NLP techniques. Okay, yes. So, let's start. I'm going to go to the chat GPT. The flow is going to be same. I will use it to help me with everything, as in even provide me the code. And if we don't understand anything, we'll ask ChatGPT to explain. The intent of doing is just to understand everything while we are developing a small project. So learn by doing. So let's get started. Hey, it is day 25 and here is the problem. Okay, so it says great for day 25 you are diving into sentiment analysis of customer reviews. Okay, using what? Using traditional natural language processing techniques. So this is our first problem where what we are doing, we are using NLP, and I guess we will be touching it only. So this task involves classifying customer reviews as either positive, negative, or neutral. Give me a second, let me go and close the windows. It should be better now. So, yes. Yeah, so it says that the task involves classifying customer reviews as either positive, negative, or neutral based on their text content. Okay, so this is a classification type problem, but we will be using NLP techniques. Then the problem breakdown. In sentiment analysis, the goal is to extract subjective information, that is the sentiment, from the text data. The challenge here is to use traditional NLP techniques such as, so this is going to be the challenge for today, such as text pre-processing. We have done this, I guess, in two or three of our problems, where we first identified whether the email was spam or ham, or something like that. There were two more problems. So we use these steps, text pre-processing, where we have applied tokenization, stop word removal, and applied stemming or lemmatization. We have understood what each of these terms represent. Then we also did this bag of words, created bag of words using TF-IDF for feature extraction. We wanted to find which words are important, and the significance of each word, how important, how unique they are. We do that by using this TF-IDF vectorizer, right, called as feature extraction. Applying model like logistic regression. So we will apply models like logistic regression, naive Bayes, or SVM. Good thing we have used all of these in our previous problems. So it seems that nothing is going to be new, but we will. Okay, so what new thing is that here this is classified as traditional NLP technique, and I guess on the basis of this, tomorrow's problem is going to be a build up on that. So yes, we'll start doing that. So like all other problems, we'll have to figure out which data set we will be using. So we can use the data set containing customer reviews and corresponding sentiments labels, like positive or negative. We can use data sets like Amazon reviews or IMDb movie reviews. I'll go search from the Kaggle, our prime source for getting the data sets for this challenge. And we will be getting the database called IMDb dataset. And it has how many columns? It has two columns: review and the sentiment, whether the review was a positive one or negative one. So I'll go what I will I'll go what I will download the file directly. So we can see it is getting downloaded. Let's do what before doing the data pre-processing, applying bag of words, which is TF-IDA vectorizer vectors, and then training the models, and then evaluating, since it is a classification type problem using these metrics. We need to first see how our data looks. So what we are going to do, we are going to go to our PyCharm, going to move this data set that we have downloaded from the downloaded section. The name of the file is IMDb dataset to our dataset folder. Okay, I personally don't like files with spaces, so I'll go and change it to convert spaces into what, refactor. Yes, rename, convert space into underscore. Yes, so this is done. Let me go back and do what? Now create the file, Python file for today's problem. So what we are going to do, create a Python file 24, no, it is 25.py, and add it to our Git repository. Specify what the problem is about. The problem is about sentiment analysis of customer reviews using traditional NLP techniques. Okay, now what we are doing next, we need to specify what data set we are using. So the data set that we are using for this problem is IMDb data set of 50,000 movie reviews. Okay, now we'll do what, load the data. We'll do what, load the data. And the step number one is going to be load the data, and the data is going to be loaded from read CSV, and we will read from the dataset folder. Let me remove this so that you can clearly see it. Dataset to, what was the name, IMDb dataset.csv.zip. Is it zip? I have explicitly, okay, I might have to go to my, you know what, I'll move this. I am dataset IMDb to downloads. I have it, unzip it, and then I'm going to move this back to a dataset. Why I'm doing this is because I already have it open, so I'm a little lazy, so I do not want to do what. Again, I did the same. So you know what? I'll do what? I'll, okay. So this I have to convert into underscore and move to my data set, and I'll do what, I'll delete it. So we have deleted it. So what I'm going to do, so it was saying that we are using it, so I'll remove the usage reference. So we have loaded it. Now let's do what, let's clear the terminal and do what, let's see how the data looks from the info method of this data frame. Then we are going to do what, we are going to see some data from the head method, like couple of rows, and simply run the day 25 problem. executing it, we see that we have two types of row columns: reviews and sentiment. Then the data looks like this. Okay, so I'll go and copy this, and do what I'll say. It has 50,000 entries. I'll go and share it with the chat GPT. Say, hey, I have downloaded it. You know what? I guess today I'm so confident, even without chat GPT, I can go and solve this problem, but it might take more than an hour. And, uh, and, uh, and I want to concise it in a short video, right? So you guys can understand it with me. And if you would be solving the problem, this challenge every day, I guess you would be feeling same as I am, that confident that I can attempt to solve this on my own. So I say I have downloaded the data set, which is IMDb movie reviews, and ha, here it here how it looks. Hmm. So we are going with the classic model called logistic regression, just for reference because I was curious. Yes. Um, and then we are training it and then getting the information. Did we mention which model we have to use? I'll decide later if I have to use both model or one will be enough, because the problem demands us to solve it, not to compare the two models, right? So let's get started. We need to do what? We need to do what? We need to do step 2, data reprocessing. And for that, we need to do what? Import regular expression. You know why? Because this is going to help us with the stop words. Sorry, yes, it's not stop words, special characters, the punctuations and all. Then we want to import the stop words, and we need to import for tokenization. What we have to do from a skill and analytic. Okay, natural language technique toolkit. Okay, natural language toolkit dot tokenizer tokenize import word tokenize. It is going to tokenize, split the words into small words. This is whole sentence, the review into small words, each individual words. Then we will be needing, again from NLTK, corpus import stop words. We need to remove the stop words, they do not add much to the training. Okay, so this, and then once we are done, we need to do what? We need to apply stemming. So what we are going to do, we will apply from NLTK stemming, stem import Porter Stemmer. Okay, once done. Yes. Let's do what data preprocessing. So what we are going to do, we will create a function to clean the text data. Create function to clean the text data. So we are going to create a function called preprocess text, and here we are passing the text. We will do what first? We will do what? We need to remove the HTML. So this is the review that can get HTML tags also, like from the web. So what we need to do, we will need to remove the HTML tags that we have not done before. So this is something new. Remove the HTML tags. So what we are doing, and special characters. So what we are doing, we'll do what? We'll use regular expression and we'll remove it. So the regular expression for the scripts is going to be like that. Remove the HTML tags that has like HTML. HTML tags is like HTML, not this HTML or body. So they are enclosed like this, right? So we need to remove that with the help of this regular expression. Uh, from replace it with empty string and then done. And then this text becomes, we will now use which regular expression? We will use regular expression to remove these special characters. So remove these special characters, we are going to do what? Replace it with empty string and then from where? Text. And then once done, for consistency convert to lower. We have already explored like twice or thrice, understood this every term here, twice or thrice, but still I'll go but not go in that in depth. So what we do here, we want to have consistency, so we convert every word into smaller lowercase, right? Once done, we need to tokenize, which means split the review into individual words. So token is going to be, we will use word tokenize from NLTK tokenize, and pass the text. I want to print the tokens, right? And I want to pass the what? Pre-process. Give me a text. Hey, this is our first NLTK, NLT Natural Language Technique problem. I am really excited to solve it. So let's run it. Let's comment it and let's remove it, run it again. Now it should be, so see what this token word tokenize is doing, it is splitting each word in each, so it is splitting the words, the sentence, the text that we are going to pass or the review that we will be passing into their individual words, right? And then what we are going to do, we will remove the stop words and apply stemming. We will remove the stop words and apply stemming. So let's do what? Remove the stop words and apply stemming. Um, remove the stop words and apply stemming. Stemming. And this is what, so stop words are like this dot, this they do not here. If you see these to, it, the, is, they are not that important for the model to be trained. What is important here is are, maybe problem, NLTK, excited. So these are really important words. We do not need, or solve. We do not need this to, it, I, is. They do not add much value to the training, to the sentiments, right? So for that we are going to remove it. And how are we going to remove it? We will create stop words using set stop words. We, I guess now, yes, of English language. So let's do what, print this stop words. What does it has? So now run the code again. We should see the list of stop words in English language. Here we can see it is there. We can see this is there. So we are going to remove this. R is there. We are going to remove R. It should also be there, right? If I is there, it is there. So we are going to remove all of these words because they do not add much to determine the sentiment of, from the review, or for the from sentiment of the customer. So what we are going to do, we are going to remove it. So the tokens are going to be, I want to go static for word in words, sorry, tokens. So we have got tokens. If word not in stop words, then what we have to do, we have to apply. Let's run this. Once done, for all the stop words, if the word is not in the stop word, what we want to do, we want to return the word. And what we want to do, print the tokens now. And we will not, okay, yes, we saw how the stop words look like. What is the list of the stop words in English? After applying, removing the stop words, this is how it is looking, right? And now we will do what, we will apply stemming. Now stemming is, let's say we have excited, this will be converted or to excite. Or if we have a word running, let's say, that will be converted to run. So that is called stemming. So that makes more sense. They all are in the present tense, right? So we are going to do stemming. Stop, remove stop words, and here we are doing what, tokens word. I could have applied this directly, this stemming here as well, but I want to go simple. Like, I want to understand what each line is used for. So what we are doing, what we want to do, we want to create a stemmer, right? So the stemmer is Porter stemmer. Okay, and we will apply tokens and the stemmer here. Hang on, just a second. I got a call on Skype. I have to go and stop it. Sorry. Yes, stemmer will be having a word. We'll get word from word in tokens, right? And is it correct that okay? Yes, stemmer dot stem this word. Now again we are going to print the tokens, and here this is see this really is stem to real I. This excited is trimmed to excite. Solve is trimmed to solve. So it has stemmed it. It has converted it in like running is converted into run. So here applied stemming. Okay, and then I'll remove it. What we want to do? We want to return the word after doing all these operations. We will do what? We will return join on we apply operation on string join this tokens and return it, and then we do what, we'll say this is going to be our text, this is the clean text, and we will print it, save it, run it again. So this is our clean text. Okay, and this should be the yes, this is our clean text. We are joining by a space. Okay, so this is our clean text. So this is an example that we have done. Yes. So now let's go and do what? Apply pre-processing to review columns. So we saw that we have two columns, review and the sentiments. So the sentiments are going to be a target. The reviews is going to be the feature. So we need to do what? We need to apply pre-processing on the reviews column or use feature. So we are going to do what? Data. What was the name of the column? The name of the column was review. Review is going to be back here. Data review apply what, pre-process, not test, pre-process text, and we will come here and remove this. Yes, and you should now be able to see that in this form, right? Now let's do what? Split the data into, now step number 3 is split the data into features and target data sets. Okay, so what we are doing, the features are going to be data reviews. Okay, so we are storing it in a separate cleaned review, and that will be a feature, and the target is going to be our, the name of the column is sentiment, so I'll copy it, sentiment. What I'm going to do, I think we should convert the sentiments into 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. They're not doing it, but yes, let's see. Yes. Now, step number 4 is split the data set into training and validation data set. And the training is going to be 80%, and this is going to be 20%. And we will do what? We need to import the library for them. So from sklearn model selection, import test train split. So we will split it. It is going to be x train, x validation, y train, y validation, train test split, specify the feature and the target. The size of the test is going to be zero point 0.2, which is 20%. Random state 42, which is to make sure that whenever we are running this file script, it generates the same output. Now we are going to do step number 5, feature extraction. So what we are doing, we are extracting the features. What we are doing, extracting the features, as in we are getting the idea of, we are building a vocabulary of the words here, and we are also specifying which word is important, like how many time it has appeared, how many time if it has appeared, then what is the importance of it, like is it a unique word appearing in very less documents. If it is a unique word, it has more importance, right? It is going to help us in detect the particular set. So that we do using TF-IDF vectorizer. We have used it like a lot. TF-IDF vectorizer, like on day 8, we have used it extensively, and we have also learned how it works. So I'm not going to go and iterate the same thing again. But yes, that's what I have told you. It is all of that, but it is in detail explained here with the help of an example. So yes, so TF-IDF vectorizer helps us identify the importance of word, like how important the word is, how unique the word is, right? The occurrence. So here TF stands for term frequency, IDF stands for inverse document frequency. So what we are going to do, we need to import it. So from sklearn, I guess we will be importing from feature extraction, text import TF, not text, capital TF IF vectorizer, and we will apply that. TF IDF vectorizer, TF IDF vectorizer. Yesterday also, I guess we did this. No, we used a different thing. And then here we specify how many words we want, as in maximum features we want, as in maximum words vocabulary that we want to build is for 5,000 words, right? So we can tune the features, maximum features as needed. So we will go ahead with 5,000 only. And then XTF train TF-IDF is going to be TF-IDF vectorizer fit transform, build the vocabulary on X train, use the same vocabulary to do what on the, sorry, transform on the validation set. Okay, correct, because you want to be consistent for validation. Now the step number 6 is model training. So what we are doing, we are going to use model called logistic regression. So we need to specify import it first. So we are going to import from sklearn linear model import logistic regression. Give one more space, and here we are using logistic regression, and we are going to train the model fit on X train TF-IDF, Y train, and then do what? Prediction. And now we are going to do step 7, make prediction and evaluate. So what we are doing, we are predicting on our, the model is predicting on which data? The validation data. Okay, and then we are going to evaluate how good the model is performing. Since this is a classification type model, so we will be using three metrics. Let's import them first. So it is going to be sklearn metrics import accuracy score, confusion metrics, not consensus record. I don't know what that is. Confusion matrix and classification report, sorry. Then do what? We are going to use them, the same metrics, to evaluate how good the model is performing against the actual value. Our predictions against the actual value. So let's do what? Accuracy score is going to be uh, the the actual value and the predictions it has made. Yes, then the confusion matrix is going to be confusion matrix of the actual value against the predictions. The classification report, why do we use it? To see the precision and recall value, to see the false positive and false negatives. The classification report is going to be against the actual value and the predictions made. Let's print it, and then print, sorry, accuracy score is accuracy score. And then what we are going to do, we are going to copy it and repeat three times. So it is confusion matrix classification report, the confusion matrix variable, the classification matrix stored in this, and classification report. This is classification, and this is it. Now let's visualize is it together, so that we can understand and visualize everything together and do not have to run the same thing again. Visualization, for that we are doing what? Just wait, hold on for 2 minutes, and then you will understand everything. We are using matplot library, not from imported directly. Pyplot as plt, refer it as plt. Use cbond as sns to build what? Heat map, heat visualize, visualize, visualization. So to build the heat map of the confusion matrix. So first we'll do what? Define the size of the figure. It is going to be 7 is to 5. And then we use SNS C1 to build the heat map. The data is going to be confusion matrix. The annotation, yes, we want that. The color, the format is going to be S, sorry, G, and the C map is going to be blues, and the tiles on the X side are going to be How many modes do we have? Either we can get it from the data, but yes, two unique values, positive and negatives, right? Two unique values, positive and negative. So we'll go with the positive and negative, and why the tables are going to be positive, negative, and yes, sounds great. We'll do what? So the X label is going to be predicted values, not prediction values, predicted values. Y label is going to be actual values. The title of the graph is going to be confusion matrix, and we will simply show it. I'll simply ask or do what? Can we also visualize it? Yes. So correct, as we what we did earlier, we are doing it here as well. Uh, Negative positive. It is negative positive. Is the negative 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 positive. So I'm swapping it manually. That's what we do when we apply swapping algorithm. So yes, let's clear it and run it. What are we printing? Oh, tokens. Not good, not good, not good, not good. Run it. We have good amount of data, so it is taking some time to, the model is taking some time to train. Maybe we can wait a little. The video is not stuck, I'm still waiting actually. I'll ask ChatGPT how much time do you think it should take. It has 50K data. How much time do you think the script should take? Okay, we have inconsistent samples. So we have inconsistent while the model is fitting it. So what we'll do, we'll find the length of how many rows columns are there. X train X value. Why train? Why validate? Hmm? Print x, length of x, train, print length of y, sorry, x, validate, print length of y, train, sorry, I did searching, y, train, print length of y, validate. I'll do what? I'll apply, comment this and run it because it was saying the samples are inconsistent. So this step is taking time. This pre-processing the pre-processing the what? Pre-processing the text, the reviews is taking time here. Ensure it applies to both X-train and X test. I did check that actually, and we were applying creating text vectorizer, transform X, train X. So we do not have to fit again. We just have to train it, transform it, right? Oh yes, 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 yes. I know what I'm doing. So yes, we do not need to see the error. I guess yes. The here you say the extreme the length is 4,000 40,000. The validation for training is 40,000 40,000 10,000 views. Similarly for Y train is 40,000. So Y and Y validation is 10,000. It is coming correct, and I know what mistake I am making. So here it should be X train TF-IATF. I was training on validation data. I need to train it on training data, right? It is going to work now. Great. So let's go. I think this is going to work now. I don't think we'll have to wait for too long. We saw that it takes like a minute and then it generates the response. I guess 30 more seconds. And you guys can fast forward to 1 second. I mean 1 minute, I guess. I was wrong. Maybe it is taking it. It is going to take 2 minutes. Okay. No, not 2 minutes, but yeah, more than 1 minute. So we can see it has correctly predicted 43 4304 as negative reviews. For positive reviews, it has correctly predicted 4544 reviews. It has predicted 495 as negative, but they were positive, so this is going to be false negative. And the false positive is count is 657, which is it has predicted 657 as positive, but they were originally negative. The sentiments were originally negative. So this is what we could have improved, the model could have improved, and this is looking really good. I am going to take screenshot so that I can go do what I can use it in my progress post. And the model's performance is coming as 88%. So maybe if we increase this max size, we would be able to do what, get better accuracy, but still it is decent, right? And if you want to understand classification report says what, let me go back and do what, go to our post here. From the machine learning FAQ, we can see the precision do what, it tells about how many were actually correct. By doing what, it says that if the model has predicted 10 positives, but only 6 of them were correct, so how many actually were correct? So like, if the model has predicted positive sentiments, negative sentiments, so how many of them were actually correct? 90% times were actually correct. And for positive, the precision is 87% times. It could have improved, right? And recall value, the recall value is that if there were like 10 instances of positive reviews, out of those 10 instances of positive reviews, how many actually it has predicted? So 87% times it has predicted those negative reviews, and 90% this. Strange. So this is how it is coming. Yes, this is how it is coming. So it could have performed better with the positive reviews, I see. Or yeah, so it is performing an average for both negative and positive. So yes, let me go mention it in the, and we have understood, I mean, made sense out of confusion matrix, and this is same that we saw in the graph. So let me mention it here so that whoever is going to read this code in future will get some idea that how the model is performing. So yes, let's do what, commit the code and be done with it. And then later you can find the video that I'm recording on my YouTube channel and the progress post on this tech journal, so that you and I both can get benefit. By if we need to come back to it, what we have learned, we can come back and get refresh our memory. So let's commit it. Let's do what, check what's the status. And let's do what, let's commit 25 only, but I want to see what is there in the day 14. No, I don't want to do what, I want to restore this day 24. Now I want to do what, I want to add this day 25, commit it, add code for day 25, push to our repository, check if we can see the committed code. We do see the committed code, and yes, let's, so thank you very much. We will solve one more problem tomorrow. So yes, stay tuned.